I would say now you are in a good place in your life. You finished school, you've been out of school probably 10, 15 years by now, maybe a little less depending on how much education you've, gone through. Yes, you are settled in your career to this point. You should at least be in your career by maybe a decade or so, because now you've potentially moved from, entry level to some sort of mid-management. If you're in your business, you've had a few years to break into it. If it's a relationship, you've now matured to settling down, finding a life partner, and then perhaps even being a parent. So you're in a really good place. So you're in a good place where you still have the energy to do things, you have the experience, and you have access to resources. So what I would have to say is, before any of the other stuff, you gotta love yourself and you gotta forgive yourself. Because a lot of time we are, just ask yourself, what emotions are you in most of the time? Are you feeling guilt? Are you feeling shame? Are you feeling regret? Are you feeling down? If you're feeling in those low vibrational feelings, we've always used that chart, right? That chart of the vibrations, and it's measured in hertz about where you are at, because whatever you're feeling, that's your experience in life, and then you attract like attracts like. You then start attracting more of it, and the way our brain is wired is that then it looks for more of those things, and then that's just going to be your life. So understand that that's not where you want to be, but first you have to identify with yourself. Is this where I live most of the time? Is my state always at a very low level, or is it at an optimal level where you have so much joy, love, peace, appreciation, gratitude, all of those wonderful things that will multiply in multiple folds, because you're feeling it, and therefore you're going to attract more of it in any given situation, whether you're waiting in a long lineup. And because you come from a place of love, appreciation, joy, gratitude, you wouldn't look at it as like, oh my goodness, I'm wasting my time in this long lineup. Perhaps you're gonna make a friend in the line, or perhaps, something's gonna cross your mind and you're gonna have an awareness or solve a problem. Whatever the case is, I remember that's what happened to me when I became very conscious of that. I remember I was at a Starbucks, and this is like 10 years ago, and I was very mindful. How do I change my state, how I feel in any given situation? If I'm in a situation where I'm frustrated, I need to say, Ramona, snap out of it, change my state. And what can I learn from this incident? Because, there's so many opportunities at every level. So I remember I was at a Starbucks, and and I was in a seminar. So there's a short period of time you can take a bathroom break, get something to eat or drink. And I was at a Starbucks, and the seminar was at this hotel. So I'm waiting in this long lineup, and I ordered, and now it's taking like 15 minutes for my order to show up. And I don't want to lose my seat, and I don't want to miss out on the content, and all these, so I'm getting a level of anxiety, and I'm just getting a little frustrated because I feel like my order is not that hard, it should be quicker. Anyways, so I snapped myself back into state. I said, okay, if you're going to be frustrated, then your frustration is going to grow, because you're going to find more things to be frustrated about. Change your state and find value in this moment, find something to appreciate. And then as I was watching, this is at Starbucks, and I saw they took my name, and then I started seeing them calling everybody's name. Oh, what was frustrating was that people who were behind me were getting their drinks before I was. And now I recall, this was 10 years ago, you have to forgive me. But it's a very impactful moment that I just brought out of my memory vault that I haven't thought about. But what was impactful is, as I watched them call everybody's name and give them their drink, I realized how ingenious it is by Starbucks that when they put your name on the drink, then you have a sense of ownership to it. It's no longer a Starbucks drink, but it's Ramona's drink. Yeah. And it's so customized, because you go into Tim Hortons, what are you going to customize? How much, okay, you can customize the number of sugars and maybe milk, but you're not customizing. Like when I go to Starbucks, I want it extra hot, I want oat milk, I want this, I give them a whole scenario of what I want. But then what they do is they don't just have Starbucks on it and say, here, they have my name on it. This is mine, I created it, I invented it, you made it for me, it belongs to me. And I realized what a great customer experience that is, and what a great marketing strategy that is, because yeah, I will pay more than, a Tim Hortons, and perhaps maybe the Tim Hortons tasted better, but there's a level of ownership and customization that I feel is particular to me, and perhaps that's why there's the value in the price, which is more. And this entire thing just got revealed to me as I'm standing there, because I took the opportunity to find like something good in that and change my state of frustration. And also I had this massive download of like, hey, if I were to ever create a product, well, I should customize it to the client. I came up with this almost like a business model in my head on marketing, and that was because I changed my state. I said, I gotta find value in this moment, because I'm not in the seminar receiving value, but I gotta receive value right now. So Ramona, what can you do? What are you seeing? What are you noticing? What's the pattern? What's the trend? What does that mean to you? What does it mean to the next person? I started asking these questions. Obviously I did it as I'm saying it, I realized it sounded like it was at a rapid phase, but it was a great experience.